today on 26th of November, India is celebrating its 75th Constitution Day. The day marks the commemoration of 75 years of adoption of the Indian Constitution. President Droupadi Murmu will lead the celebrations with a joint address to both houses of the Parliament. This will be followed by Vice President and Rajya Sabha Chairperson Jagdeep Dhankhar's address to both houses today in just about 20 minutes from now. The event will be attended by Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and the event will end with a national anthem. A commemorative coin and a stamp will be released along with the copies of Constitution in both Sanskrit and Maithili languages. Now, two books, The Making of Constitution of India, A Glimpse, and another book, Glorious Journey, will also be released today. In addition, the centre has planned a mass reading of the Preamble to the Constitution of India. It is a significant day, and of course, apart from all the celebrations that will start in about 10 to 15 minutes from now, we are talking about why the Constitution of India really stands out as a document that guarantees the rights and the freedoms of every individual living within the bounds, the sovereignty of this country. Joining me to talk a little bit more about what the celebration will entail and why is the Constitution the supreme document is my colleague Shreya. Shreya, you know, we keep talking about Constitution. I remember, I think from a very young age, we were taught how this is the pious, the holiest document that will stay with you, that will guide you, that will enable you to become a better, more informed citizen, and while also, you know, perhaps take your country along with you wherever you go. A pocket handbook of Constitution is what Rahul Gandhi has been carrying along with him for the last 1 year, of course, as a reminder to the people of this country that this is what we stand for: unity, equality, and more importantly, secularism.
Absolutely, Shweta. In fact, you very rightly mentioned, even in school as we speak, the first page of our civic book would always have the preamble of the Constitution. That is how important the Constitution is. That is how important the preamble of our Constitution is. It captures the essence of the very Constitution and of the very independent, the democracy, the equality, fraternity, sovereignty that we as a country are. That is what this particular Republic of India, in fact, stands for. That is what the preamble, in fact, entails. In fact, just to take our viewers through the live shots that are, in fact, coming in from the Parliament in preparation for the celebrations that are to begin for the 75th year of our Constitution, the celebration that is to begin only a short while from now. But yes, you know, very rightly, the entire the conversation about Constitution, in fact, comes up at a very crucial time, especially when, you know, you very rightly mentioned Rahul Gandhi carrying that pocket book of a Constitution, and there have been conversations about is that even the Constitution, because our Constitution is
lengthy.
It's
the lengthy,
expansive Constitution. It is the lengthiest Constitution in the world. So what does that pocket Constitution of his, in fact, contain? And there have been so many conversations, you know, in the recent times with regards to whether the Constitution of our country is going through a structural change. In fact, as we speak, there are conversations about removing words like secularism and socialism from our Constitution, again, which means we're taking away the essence of the very preamble. Again, very controversial a topic, but that is something that we're seeing. We're probably living through a time currently, Shweta, where the Constitution is up for, at least there are conversations around it, is up for a change at this given point. And that is something, you know, the people of India,
Shreya, have come in time and again. In fact, from what the Constitution was, it had about 395 articles, 8 schedules, 22 parts to where it is today, where it has 25 parts, 12 schedules, and 104 amendments. So there have been amendment made time and again, but constitutional experts, as you rightly pointed out, are worried today. In fact, Chirag Paswan is speaking. Let's cut to him.
क्या किया इन लोगों ने संविधान के साथ? सही मायनों में अगर किसी ने संविधान की हत्या करने का काम किया था तो वो कांग्रेस की सरकार थी। याद कीजिए 75 का वो साल जिस वक्त देश में आपातकाल लगाकर सही मायनों में संविधान तंत्र की सबसे बड़े संरक्षण के यही लोग बने फिर, जबकि हकीकत है कि इन लोगों ने संविधान के निर्माता डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब भीमराव अंबेडकर तक को कभी उनके जीते जी सम्मान देना जरूरी नहीं समझा। उनको चुनाव हरवाने का काम किया, और तो और उनकी एक तस्वीर, एक प्रतिमा तक भारत की संसद में नहीं थी 89 से पहले, जबकि इनकी अपनी पार्टी के नेता और उसमें भी एक ही परिवार के 3-3 लोगों की तस्वीरें भारत की संसद में लगी हुई थी। ये लोग बात करेंगे संविधान की, हकीकत है इन लोगों ने सिर्फ लोगों को डराने का काम किया। अगर किसी ने सही मायनों में संविधान को सम्मान देने का काम किया, और ये मैं सिर्फ कहने के लिए नहीं कह रहा कि गठबंधन का घटक दल हूं इसलिए नहीं कह रहा, मुझे बताइए ना कब इन लोगों के शासनकाल में संविधान दिवस मनाया जाता था, कब इस तरीके के कार्यक्रम हुआ करते थे? दशकों तक थी कांग्रेस और इनकी अलाई पार्टीज के साथ वाली गठबंधन की सरकार है, कब इन्होंने संविधान को ये सम्मान देने का बात किया? हकीकत है कि आज देश की जनता भी समझ गई है। इन्होंने लोकसभा चुनाव के वक्त दुनिया भर का झूठ बोला, एक बार के लिए कुछ राज्यों की जनता ने इन पे माना भी, विश्वास भी कर लिया, पर आज जब लगभग 6 महीने होने को आए हैं केंद्र में हम लोग की सरकार की, पूछे कहां का संविधान खत्म कर दिया गया, कौन से लोकतंत्र की हत्या कर दी गई और संविधान के तहत मिल रहे आरक्षण को किसका आरक्षण छीन लिया गया?
आखिरी सवाल सर, ये आरोप हिमाचल प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री से लेकर शरद पवार गुट के नेता तक खड़े, ईवीएम हैक हो सकता है, टेक्नोलॉजी हैक हो सकता है, कोई ईवीएम गुजरात से आया इसलिए जीत गए आप महाराष्ट्र में।
नहीं तो बोलिए ना इनसे कि क्या यही।
All right, that of course is Chirag Paswan. Politics as usual, where he talks about what Congress party has done as far as constitution is concerned. Shreya talks about why there was never a celebration prior to this, and obviously giving the benefit of celebrating this and commemorating constitution to the current ruling government, the BJP government at the centre. You know, we were talking about some of the changes that we've seen in constitution. We were of course also talking about why constitution has suddenly become so important. One of course is the fact that it has been politicized like never before, with Rahul Gandhi really carrying that handbook of constitution in his padyatras in the last year and a half, in his yatras, where he talks about assimilating people from different cultures, from different parts of this country, spreading love, so to say, and also talking about what's integral to being an Indian. And that is of course one book that unites us all despite our diversity of religion, caste, creed, cultures. Now, you know, we were also talking about constitutional amendments, and we were talking about how words socialist, integrity, secularism became a part of the Indian constitution, rather Indian preamble, in the 42nd amendment to the constitution in about 1976. So they were not a part of the original document, so to say, to begin with. They became a part of the Indian preamble later on. And although the Supreme Court has ruled that the government of India, was right in including those amendments, because India was always a secular country. The very foundation of this country was that we are a place for everybody.
Absolutely.
Not one religion, not one kind of people, but every kind of person and every people out there. And therefore, the constitutional experts are also worried, Shreya, at this point in time, that if there are changes made, perhaps it will not be reflective of our united polity.
You know, that way I would have to give the credit to the people of our nation, that every time there has been a conversation of this kind that we have seen, be it at the center stage of elections or even be it the Supreme Court of our country, both the people and the Supreme Court, or rather the courts of our country, they've always upheld the constitution of our country beyond everything. In fact, you know, very recently, if I am to fall back on a judgment, we had seen a historic judgment with regards to the bulldozer justice. The Supreme Court came out to say very clearly, you know, right to shelter is a fundamental right and you cannot take it away. Just for your legislative purposes, just to, you know, just to give justice, or at least that is what you are calling it, justice to people, administrative purposes, you cannot take away a person's, right to shelter. That person has to go through an entire trial that will follow. Their family members cannot be, you know, suffering from a crime that they have committed in all probability, which speaks of the constitution and the essence, and how we as people of India have also upheld the constitution of the country.